All right. So I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off. Um, First, I want to thank my wife and producer. I would like to thank God, of course, not necessarily in that order. And I'd like to thank Sydney the Dean Williams. But I do have to say that we will no longer be moving forward together. We're going to be working on some things separately. I wish him all the best. I suggest if you're a producer out there of a podcast or anything, this brother is super brilliant, talented, and he's hard working. He brings in a world of so many shared opinions. He brings a very unique perspective to a lot of different things. But we have some personal things going on, and I'm not going to get into all that. I'm just going to tell you that this is sorry, this is hard for me. This is where our professional relationship ends. Okay. Again, if you're a podcast producer out there, shout out to Who Dat, T Talks, whomever. I suggest you scoop him up before he's rich and famous and the prices go up for his services. He's very knowledgeable about very particular things. He's hilarious. He's a great guy. We just don't see eye to eye on some things. And so at this point, we've decided not to do the show together any longer. So we're booked out until July. So my wife is going to be filling in for him. My wife is going to be filling in for him. We're going to go ahead and release What the Frap, which is my other podcast. And then Urban Academia, we've added another co host, the wonderful, talented, brilliant, beautiful Jasmine Adams Jude, who's the wonderful wife of a wonderful husband, who's also a podcaster. Check him out on YouTube of Trading Unfiltered. So, don't weep for us. We're okay personally. We'll see where this goes. But like I said, if you're a podcast producer, get this guy on your team. He can do some wondrous things for you all. Yeah, Brandon Sprawl. This is wild. So no more Gales and Dean at all. Yeah, the show is over, man. I've titled this "The End of an Era" and Future Plans. So let's talk little bit about the future plans. Um, what the Frap was supposed to come back in the beginning of May. Urban Academia was supposed to be going live around Juneteenth. My sister and her Juice Life, Juice Assist, are going to be on the string of episodes promoting Juneteenth. It's never too early to think about Juneteenth. So, anywho, um, so we, of course, with this happening, we're gonna have to move the schedule up a little bit. We have the mayor coming on Monday, and again, my wife is gonna be filling in for Dean. You'll notice a couple of changes in background and all the other things, but for the rest of this year, we'll leave our episodes on Spotify, iTunes, um, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, all those places. We'll also leave them on Twitch. We'll also leave them on YouTube, Twitter, as well as, of course, Facebook. But in the first of the year, 2024, all of my properties that me and my wife's company are, housing, they will be moving to YouTube. So the pages will still be active. You'll get lots of clips, lots of funny material. I'll still engage through Facebook and Twitter and the other spaces. But the audio only mediums like Spotify or Apple iTunes, they'll be updated according to our plans. But for full episodes that you can see, um, they will be moving to YouTube, and that's in 2024. So that's next year. So we're gonna work on that transition. You can go ahead and get over there a little early. Um, but yeah, so moving forward, it'll be no longer Let's Talk with Gales and Dean. We'll still go live Mondays, but my wife will be filling in for Dean. The show would actually be the What the Frap podcast. And then we'll move up the start date of Jasmine Adams Jude and Anthony Chulo Richard. We'll be doing Urban Academia. So we're really excited about our guest list. We're gonna have a couple of professors, a couple of professional athletes from my old Vanderbilt University days. Go Doors, Anchor Down, all that. And we hope that you join us and have continue these conversations. I said in the beginning when I wanted to start this podcast, I told my wife she was with it. She wanted me to do one by myself, but I wanted to bring some other people that I love and enjoy and trust because I like what they had to say. And the first person I called after I told my wife was the captain, Paco Liggins. And you can confirm this with him, I said, I want to be the best to ever do it. And he says, okay, what are we talking about? And I told him about my plans for the podcast and things outside of the podcast. So stay tuned, man. People doing some great works. Dean is not going away, folks. That kind of personality, that huge magnetic personality, can't be hidden from anywhere. But as far as Gales and Dean go, this is the last you'll see this logo on the live. You can watch any old episodes that you would like. I'm going to leave those up, so, but the future is bright. My goal with anything that I do publicly is to learn. That's it. I want to learn the tactics of all groups. I want to learn how to do a myriad of things that can help me grow. Therefore, my wife and family grow. My neighborhood, my community, everything. So, Dean is in the comments. I'm not going to put that up because I don't want to get hit with one last pay the man. But like I said, reach out to Dean. He's a terrific talent. He can offer a lot for you, and I hope you'll hear from him soon. But join us Monday. My wife and I will be speaking to the mayor of Columbia, Mayor Chaz, and we have a couple of people lined up after that. And then we'll get things rolling with What the Frap, and we'll move up Urban Academia with Jasmine Adams Jude and Anthony Chulo Richard. And we're going to be adding some more people to our company. And like I said, the podcast stuff is a side gig. So if you like this, just wait till you see what happens next. I'm going to end this with one last dad joke. Let me see. I'm going to try to make it a good one. Ah, man. I can't think of any. What did the three-legged dog, say when he came into the saloon? I'm looking for the man who shot my paw. You know what? I guess I'm being unfair. I'm going to put a link to this live. And if anybody has anything to say, they can click this link and say it. I am going to post these comments. Please forgive the language. This is all fake bleep. This man is not real. Now, bro, don't try talking nice. Say what you really feel. This bleep is a fraud. Snake in the grass. So there's the link. Kristen Bell says Sidney Williams stops it. No, it's fine. If he wants to bring things to the public light, I think for our last hurrah together, I should give him that opportunity. So I'm going to wait around for him for, let's say, 10 minutes. I mean, I'm a talker. I can talk and filibuster for 10 minutes. But this is a person I've known and loved, and I still love him. Over 20 years I've known this guy. And I'm very interested to see him click this link and tell me exactly what I did wrong. So I'll wait. In the meantime, since I've got some viewers out there, let's talk a little bit about a project that I'm doing here. There's a 13-year-old girl stuck out of her house, allegedly, separated from her friends. She got drugged to a park nearby where she was drugged with some sort of substance. She was jumped and she was brutally raped. 13. There's a hashtag out there. I know some people are like, man, y'all took this way too far. But there's and this is all alleged. These are all minors involved, so I don't want to really. I'm not here to like rile people up to go attack their personal families. So here at the former Let's Talk with Gales and Dean, we let's see. I'll see you in person. Ain't no love. Sydney Williams. Okay, Brandon Sproul. Sydney says to call him. Tanya says, I say if y'all ending it and keep all the extra off the book. I agree. You know, that's your wisdom. Sorry, big sis. Um, yeah. So I guess he's not coming on. So anyway, this will open up the floor for me to talk about more serious issues. Um, there's the there is the hashtag Justice for Serenity. She was 13. She is 13 years old, allegedly drugged, beaten, and raped. And then her alleged perpetrators are on social media, TikTok, and making videos laughing and talking about it. I think the police really is doing everything they can. It's a very sensitive thing when children are involved. So post that hashtag in your personal videos, send the family their love. They have a GoFundMe account, but they were working on some other things. So I'll promote that once I know more. What we as a show are doing, my wife, Chulo Rich, and Jazzy J, we are just trying to get everybody to flood Mayor Tim Keller's office. That's the mayor here in Albuquerque, and make sure they just stay on him to make sure he's staying on the police chief and the police chief is staying on other people, so on and so forth. So that's where we're going. As I'm looking at the comments here, none of this had to be on Facebook. Yeah, well, I'll try to, right? Don't call my sister sis. You're not family of ours. Yes, sir. Right, Tanya says. I'm assuming it's a Kristen Bell. So that's fine. I still love him. I think he's a great talent, but we just don't see eye to eye on a few things. And as you saw, I try to allow him to come on for the last time with me. But, you know, it is what it is, as they say. But there's a lot more going on here, man. Like the world is too full of all kinds of things that we need to be paying attention to, educating ourselves on to help our children, friends, family, communities, etc. That's what I'm going to focus on moving forward. I think all of you, Let's Talk with Gales and Dean, viewers out there. And that's all I have to say. Peace and love. I'll see y'all next week.